Me again. I'm here to provide you an overview to Scratch. Scratch is a graphical programming language. It was developed by MIT, and it's used to teach kids about programming. Well, it works pretty good with adults too. We're going to be using it to teach you some of the basics of programming. With Scratch, we can teach you programming without the syntax getting in the way.
So we start by going to our web browser and typing in scratch.mit.edu, and it comes up. Scratch is a community more than it is just a language. There's lots of things that we can do together in the community. But the first thing you need to do is join. And I was already logged in, so I didn't get the join message. But if I sign out here, you'll see that it tells me that I can join Scratch, and I click on join, and I go through the process of creating myself a username and password and a few other things, clicking next, until I'm done and I've got myself an account and I'm part of the community. And then when I come in the next time, I can sign in and get started. Now there are a few things that you should know about the community. Within the community, you can create programs, you can share those programs, you can view other community members' programs, you can see their code, how they did it, and it'll help you to figure it out. And you can communicate, you can collaborate within the community. Well, we're not going to talk much more about that. But what we are going to do is go through and create a simple program. And so you come over here to create, and you click the button, and it brings us to the development environment. Now let me orient you a little bit to this environment. Over on the top left side, we have what's called the stage. The stage is basically a runtime environment. It's where your program will run. And there are some icons up here. We can start a program by clicking on the green flag, and we can stop it by clicking on the red stop sign. Over on the right, we have the scripting area. This is where your script is created, and it's created by dragging blocks out of this palette area here in the middle over and clicking them together. If you'll notice, the palette area is made up of blocks that are different colors and different shapes. They're organized by the type of operation that you do. Some of them have shapes that don't fit necessarily with others, and that is true, and it helps you to know which fit together. And we'll go into that in more detail later. And then down here on the lower left are sprites. Sprites are little graphical icons that you can make do things as a part of your program or your script. You can have lots of different sprites, and each sprite has its own scripts. And so we're going to create a simple program today, Hello World, using this little cat script, or cat sprite. All programs need to start with an execution point or a starting point. And the typical one within Scratch is this when green flag is clicked. And when you click the flag, then the rest of the program is executed. Now for Hello World, you'll find a block under Looks that says Hello. And we'll click those two together, and then we'll click in the white here and type in Hello World. And that is the end of our programming for this. So we'll click the green flag, and there you go. Now that was pretty darn simple, but there are some important concepts that we can learn as it relates to programming from this example. The first is that a program always has a starting point or an execution point, like click the green flag. The second is that programs are made up of statements. This is an example of a statement. All of these are statements, almost all of them are. But the statements are executed, and then the third thing is that they're executed from the top to the bottom. And that's true of most programming languages. Well, you'll learn more about that and more details about Scratch in another workshop. But as for now, that should be good to get you going. Thank you.